A glass cottage where I long to be, but is delicate. The walls are ice, rain pattering onto the mirror above. When the sun leaks, I will burn. Red flesh, apple cheeks. Keep her alive. Safe from the cold, I am in a glass globe. Friendly with the fire. I am the hearth that flushed her lips and kept her out of frost's way. Fog around her head, dans la lune she is lost. Guided out of gloom, the light burns her pallid remains. Dans la lune she is lost, covered in ashes. 3 a.m., the quiet hour. The slow, dim world outside lit by an orange dread. Pretty angst of a life asleep. Drained starlight peeking behind clouds of smoke and a flicker. All the freedom to stare at empty walls soaked in honey-glazed darkness. A skeleton laden with lilacs, fallen from the tree, dusty and rotten after 100 years of wax. The lost children dance in a circle, tender and forgotten, victims of a villain. Receiving wildflowers at their mother's doorsteps, which they never would have loved had their hearts still been ours. Frightened of the toxic wolf, hunting the friend and preying on her insecurities, I trace the bloody paw prints back to the world, hidden behind a forest of broken thoughts and empty sobs. He stares at me through the decay. Her identity strewn on the floor. What's left of the girl who's always felt gray when all there's left is red? Love potion of rose and bone slivers down her throat, burns her insides until her heart is a candlestick, waxy and melted and shaped differently after each use. Flames on the fingerprints, briefly the little prince. He shivers, it's a blood-red day. Coal under his feet, let it be their treat. The givers forgive and pray. Oh, let the darling's birthday be better than yesterday. Oh, please forgive the sins that clipped his flimsy limbs. Oh, bless the dreamland rains to rust and dull his chains. Oh, thank you for the child who left from Idlewild. Ash blankets his pale skin, always a little thin. He withers under the white sun. Throat dry and burning, his body faint with yearning, the desert has lazily won. Second-guessed expressions of herself are meaningless. Her words are dry like the powdery tea she was given as a remedy. Slippery elm will not cure a broken brain box whose tune is reminiscent of a ballet she saw once as a child. Dead memories soak her to the bone as she sits patiently in the flooded bedroom. The water is weak, but it is everywhere. I just want a quiet life. Loaves of bread and ivy, the tea bag left in, sounds of love confessed in the background. The music maker and poet together at last. I will have a quiet life. The rabbit eating out of my hand, apricot juice running down our chins. We will trace our lives out on each other's hands. Small, simple, a quiet life together. And it will be enough.